going to respond when we look at their emails. We are responding to all the emails. Okay. Have you talked to your college at all, or?
Well, we've written a letter that we just deliver on behalf of small undergraduate students.
No.
Hi, can we help you guys? Excuse me. Back. We have a letter to deliver to the dean. Okay, well you can deliver it to us. He's not here. I know you should. We have no idea, to be honest with you, but if you'd like to leave it with me, I'm more than happy to take it for you. I think we can wait. What group is this?
We're not from a particular group. We're just a concerned group of undergraduate students who are really, really upset at the academic continuity policy and the email we received last night. This is really going to mess up the semester for a lot of students.
And we have a letter that we need to deliver.
The email said that we're allowed to ask them questions, and we'd like to.
And we're happy with that. Unfortunately, he's just not here.
order not returning.
I know, it's been very busy for us here.
It's so tough.
No, we appreciate it. It's very difficult for everybody this time.
It's for us as students.
Hey, I was a student too. I understand completely. I'm going to correct myself.
Okay, so we're going to wait here for the team then.
Please have a seat. Thank you.
Good job.
Did you want me to take the letter though, or do you want to hand it to me? Do you want me to take it? No one's in charge.
So we only have someone that we talk
The dean,
to.
I guess.
No, from you guys. Who's,
You can talk to all of us. We're equal voices.
okay, so what's your intention? How long are you guys being here?
Until the
What's
dean
your-
comes out so we
Deliver a
can
letter
deliver
to
our
the dean.
letters.
Okay, we're just
cool.
asking questions.
We got a phone call. We're coming here to check it out.
But like, we're not like, you're acting as if we're like an organized friend. And we're just a bunch of students.
Okay, we got a call. We're here. We're trying to figure out what your intentions are. That's why we're
That's it.
asking the questions. So
Our intentions are to talk
The
to
emails
That's it?
that
And
we
you're
got
gone?
said that we could come to the dean to ask any questions we had about academic continuity. So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
okay,
Okay, give me a second.
you have to understand we get a call, normally a panic call, so we're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, we told the folks here that as well. So they just said they didn't know when the dean was going to be done with his meeting right now. So
Okay.
that we just told them we'd wait for him to confirm.
Perfect.
I think any university that's afraid of its students asking questions so much that it has to call the
I don't think
police
they're
is really
afraid.
interesting.
They're probably not clear on what your intentions are, so.
I think
Well,
I think we were really clear.
Like, that's the thing is the assumption that we have devious intentions is
Well, there is.
You want to deliver a letter?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have some concerns about the academic continuity that you are choosing to invoke. And your email last night said that we were allowed to ask you questions about it, and we have some concerns that it's going to negatively impact the quality of our education as undergraduates. So we have a letter that we'd like you to read over.
Okay. I mean, I didn't actually refer to academic continuity in the letter.
No, but the principle
the-
of your email was such that it was supporting academic continuity.
Certainly supporting the continuity of the academic programs, yes, that's for sure.
Yeah, well,
But the continuity is actually something that is in the hands of the provost, not me. I can't declare academic disruption. It's the provost's responsibility to do that.
But
I think helping to change syllabi to weaken and end the strike in a way and just implementing that out to all of the arts and science students leaves us with a choice where we're either feel compelled to vote on changes that we don't want because that would hurt the strike, or the threat that the provost will actually invoke academic continuity. So we're being pigeon-toed. And that was definitely the feeling a lot of
and
students
this is
had.
very upsetting for some of us because, you know, some of us want to apply to graduate school, and having a credit or a no credit on our transcript doesn't look very good. And even if we get letter grades, a letter grade based on 2 assignments or
an assignment that was originally worth 20% of our grade is pretty meaningless and isn't going to help us get into graduate school, right? So you have to understand that we understand that you're in a tough situation here, but we're also in a very tough situation, and this might really hurt some of us. So this letter was originally addressed to Cheryl Regier. So some of the stuff about the negotiations might not apply to you as directly as it applies to her, but we are very concerned and we would like to deliver this letter.
Certainly. I am very concerned as well, and I recognize that the arrangements that we are making are far from optimal. I mean, what all of us would prefer is that we continue the academic year as was scheduled. So it's just that we're faced with a dilemma in the circumstances that currently exist, and the question is, what do we do best for the students?
Let it be noted that this dilemma is entirely of the University of Toronto administration's making. If the administration had negotiated in good faith, on time, when they were supposed to, none of this would be happening right now. So let's just make that clear, okay?
And I think we resent the being forced to pretend like it's business as usual, and like we're getting what we paid for. And we almost feel like by being forced to choose academic continuity, we are being made to be the strike breakers. Like, and we don't want to break the strike. We agree with what they're doing. We just want a fair deal to be made.
And we could very well be in their position very shortly.
And we want real grades, marks that we earn. We don't want to just get some, meaningless A or credit. We want to go to class, we want to do the work, we want to do the reading, we want to get an education, and we want to get a mark that we can feel proud of.
I think it's also important to note that all of us here are undergraduates of different levels in our degree. So some of us are seniors that are worried about grad school, but also some of us are first years who are worried that the strike and the fact that we're not going to tutorials and going to labs is actually going to affect us in the future. I mean, they have 3 to 4 years left here where they might actually not have the knowledge base that they needed from first year to move on.
My biology class had a vote last week in which we canceled our last 2 lab sections because of our TAs being on strike, and I'm just really concerned that the stuff that I would have learned in those last 2 labs might actually be important, because that seems to be the reason why they would have included it in the first place. And if I need those for upper year bio now, I'm never going to learn that stuff.
I understand it. I mean, there is a disruption in the academic program, for sure. And there are differing views, obviously, on whether or not the university was negotiating in good faith, or where the responsibility lies. I know you have a view on that, but other people view it differently. So, the thing that I'm dealing with as dean is that this has happened. It is happening. It is disrupting the classes and the programs. And what do we do? What can we best do to help the students in these circumstances? Recognizing that this is not an optimal situation.
Well, I think to best help the students, negotiating with the TAs and making a deal that benefits everyone would be the best thing to do.
And we recognize that that's not exactly your area, but we would appreciate if you could put more pressure on the rest of the administration for that.
Maybe talking with Cheryl Gear and meeting with her and communicating this to her and not being complicit with the university's attempt to take out their frustrations on the students would be very supportive.
Well, and I think maybe it's somehow coming up with another option for students that's not business as usual academic continuity that forces us to be strike breakers, basically.
And given that there's a strike, what would you suggest?
I don't, that's not our job to figure that out, right?
Pressuring them to negotiate.
The university's job to figure that out. Yeah. We're just here to say, we agree that there's a problem. We think the university has not done nearly enough to solve the problem, and not done nearly enough to communicate with faculty, our faculty, and with us students. And the emails we're getting give us no information, no options.
I mean, I don't know, I can't speak for QP 3902, I don't know what the official position is, but speaking for myself, what I would have wanted is for the term to be extended, and for people for whom that isn't a feasible option, to arrange some other way for them to get their work in, and be graded by their TAs and course instructors, not by other people hired to come in and do the work. That's what I would have wanted. Some arrangement by which we could do our work and get a mark that reflects our abilities and the work we put in.
Well, I'm very happy to convey to Cheryl Regier your concerns. Obviously, I will report that to her. I think that she is very aware of the stresses that this is putting on the institution, and I think from her point of view, she's making every effort to try to get this strike resolved. So I'm happy to pass that on, and I'm happy to read your letter.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think she also would benefit by having the fabulous educators in the Faculty of Arts and Science to maybe explain guaranteed minimum funding, because she seems to struggle to grasp that concept in negotiations.
I may not pass that on.
Maybe the educators in the faculty could.
Okay, and some of the more strongly worded parts of this letter were directed towards Cheryl Regier, just for the record.
Oh, I haven't read it yet.
We did try to deliver it to her,
This morning,
but
an hour ago.
they made it impossible, so we modified the letter slightly. But
Okay. So our doors are ineffectively locked. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Bye.